In this video I'm going to show you how to use the sessions in order to pass variables from one page to another. Now there's more than one way to do this. You can always use the post command to get a variable from the previous page to the next page, but sometimes you're not always able to do that. For example, in our case, we had an index page which links to a PHP page which then links to the logged in page, which means you cannot get the variables from the index page to the logged in page because there's a page in between. So you have to use sessions in this case. So I'll show you sessions now, even though you might not use them until later on. It all depends on your project. So I'm going to use the website W3 Schools to steal some code, because don't code if you don't have to. Steal it if you can. Okay, I give you full permission as long as you understand it and as long as you can change it for what you need. And that's the key thing, guys. Most of the code you copy and paste won't be exactly what you need, so you're going to need to understand it in order to use it. And if you copy it and can understand it and can use it, fine by me. So in order to start the session, you need to start the session. So I'm going to copy that code. And starting the session needs to be the very first thing you do before any other PHP, otherwise it doesn't work. So start the session, underscore start. So essentially a session is a little bubble of time that when you open the web browser, it will remember choices until you close the web browser. Okay, so it's kind of like a little bit of memory for some of the choices you make. Now, it won't remember everything, it'll only remember what you tell it to remember. And the way you tell it to remember stuff is by using this piece of code. Session equals whatever. Now, in my case, what I want to do, before I switch web pages might help. Session, now this is the variable, and that's the object. Now obviously they're no good to me, guys. What I want to do is I want to store the current user, so whenever I go to a different web page I know what user is here. So I'm going to actually change that to session user. Now I use session to let me know that it's a session variable, okay, because there might be other occasions where you need to use the user for something else and I don't want to get it confused and I don't want to overwrite it. So session user equals, now I'm going to take Bob Bobbett, because Bob Bobbett is our current user and he's going to continue to be our current user. Now guys, this still isn't a login page. I'm still not going to tell you the answers. I'm just giving you the tools to make your own answer. So I've started the session and I've created a session variable called session user, and into the session user I put Bob Bobbett. I'm going to save that. So this is in my login script page. Now in my logged in page, as you can see, at the moment it's just HTML. Now you can put PHP in HTML, no problem, and the PHP to open a session needs to go before any HTML. So I'm going to open up a PHP tag here and I'm going to close it there. And in order to use the session I need to open the session again. So take that, put it there. Right, that's now allowing me to access the session. Now I don't want to put Bob Bobbett's name at the top here. I actually want to put it down here where it says welcome to the site. And to do that you can use a little bit of PHP. Now in the help file I've created for you, it is getting data from PHP into HTML. I'm going to copy this. Okay, so welcome to the site. Open up some PHP tags, echo, bidder. Now, this is from a previous example I did for another group. Here, this needs to change. Now, if I go to the W3 Schools site, I can find out how to get PHP session variable values. Echo favorite color is, oh, there we go, look. You just copy this. Now this is if I wanted to put some text with it as well, which I don't. I already got my text on the page already. So echo session, and it's not favorite color. I want session user. Whoops, spelled session wrong. Session user. So I've opened up my session here, and I've put a little bit of PHP there to get my session code out. So if I save that, so let's see if that works. So I click submit, and it doesn't work. Now there's a very good reason why it doesn't work, and this is something you need to do, guys. If there's PHP in your page, then the website needs to be a PHP. It cannot be a HTML page. So it was a HTML, but then we added some PHP, so now it needs to be a PHP page. So I need to go into my folder and change logged in HTML to logged in PHP. And then that will make it a PHP page. Now I also need to change the code in the login script page, which went to their logged in HTML page, because I need to update the link there too. Now logged in HTML doesn't exist anymore. Keep it in the file as no. Right, so here we go. Change logged in to logged in PHP. Save that. Open up my PHP page. See, everything's still the same. Still has HTML in there. It's fine. It's just now a PHP page instead. Now if I press it, there we go. Welcome to the site. Bob it. It now knows who our user is, and we can now use him whenever we want by using a session variable. There you go. That's how to use sessions.